Opening strike for Mika.
Remember, Rob, in the last match we talked about what Mika was doing in practice to try to A, build a shot for himself, or B, destroy the lanes for the two high rev players. He would throw a plastic ball in one shot. The very next ball he would throw looked like it was sanded with lane screen. I mean, it looked like a piece of charcoal.
Rash, his first effort. Late kick of the 10.
So it's really going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Does that work in his favor? Does it backfire?
Yeah, you and I are watching during warm-ups, and we turn over our shoulders. We take another look at the Rash shot, and you just saw this orb coming your way, and it did not look like a normal ball you would see from the pros. And you're right, you know, the charcoal, chalk, it looked like a combination of a sponge and sandpaper.
Yeah, and every time he threw it down the lane, it picked off the 4 and the 7 pin, you know. And so obviously there was some, you know, some thought that went into how he was going to break the oil pattern down in practice and try to do something to give himself a chance. Obviously, he didn't feel like he had a shot at beating the two high rev guys unless he did something.
Well, it's worked. It's worked through one. Rash with the spare, Mika with the strike. We begin the second. Messenger will leave the 10 alone.
And you can see in the first two shots by Sean-Rash, remember the players did get practice prior to the start of this match, and it looks like Sean's bowling ball is pushing longer and longer down the lane before it starts to make that left turn into the pocket.
Blast the 10 pin into the pit, back to back, opening spares to Sean-Rash. Rash with 4 PBA Tour titles, but hasn't won since late October of '07. And there he is, the big fin, Major Mika Koivuniemi. 9 PBA Tour titles. Koivuniemi, his effort in the second, working off a strike. A little heavy on that one.
Who's that on me? Stop. Stop.
And whenever you hear non-English coming out of Mika's mouth, we quickly assume he would be bleeped out if we were back in Finland.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe bet, and we are in Las Vegas.
Three, 6, 10, and he misses the 3. Open frame for the big fin.
Now, Mika prides himself on being a very good spare shooter. In fact, a great spare shooter, and this time not so much as he flags the 3, 6, 10.
Four balls in Mika's arsenal today. The Mission Domination 250K with a 9.5 hook rating. Encounter, Omen, and Eruption at 7. We begin the third. Much better. There's his eldest daughter, Ida, in attendance. And I asked Mika, I said, well, how'd you guys celebrate your Player of the Year? And he looked at me with his, heavy accent and said, graduation, Player of the Year party. So they had a high school graduation party for Ida, and then Player of the Year party as well. About 200 folks there. I think most of them were there for Ida. And a shocker. Rash with the strike there in the third. Well, I mean, the poor guy wins Player of the Year, and he has to cough up all the fun to his daughter, who's about to take money from his checking account to go into college.
Yeah, but $250,000 can buy you a lot of friends too, Rob.
Yeah, it can buy you a lot of college too. Rash saying he's been on a high the whole time here in Vegas for the World Series of Bowling. Had a great start on day one, working the Viper, really loosened up his swing. Here he is in the fourth. Back-to-back jacks. Now it's time for the fast, safe, pain relief replay, brought to you by the makers of Bayer Advanced Aspirin.
Well, it's all about the Messenger, and there it is. The head pin goes to the sidewall. It just crushes the 10. Boy, the only pain going on around here is what the 10 pin is feeling, because it's getting abused today.
strike number 3 for Mika.
Much better shot on the right lane for Mika. With a strike on the left lane, he can cut the deficit to 1. Mika going much straighter than Sean-Rash. Mika much closer to the second arrow. Sean is inching closer to that third arrow. You know how I know that, Rob? Because I have CATS information, my friend.
It's a wonderful system. Provides you with a lot of knowledge and information. Three in a row. And Mika's got that walk and that look where he's figured things out, and his wife has seen that look before as well.
I mean, he's not like the same size or anything, but he reminds me a lot of, the nickname should be the Machine, a lot like Albert Pujols, you know, very stoic, that kind of that, not giving you a whole lot emotion. He just gets up and just repeats the motion, shot after shot.
Lead at 1 for Rash. Trying to match the triple shot of strikes just dropped by Mika. Got it.
Full focus. Right here. 6.
That's 10 in the pit, my friend.
Heard Sean as he walks away right about at this point saying, stay focused, stay calm. He's had a tendency in the past, maybe let his mind, his emotions take over his game in these tight, stressful moments.
This guy hasn't won since '07. I mean, it's been a long drought for a guy that was dominating. I mean, this guy won every show that he was on.
Oh, God.
Right through the middle almost.
Right now, Sean-Rash is really struggling to maintain his emotions.
Sir.
He's really starting to ride the highs and lows. He's getting too amped up. He tried to keep himself or back himself down, and he ends up pulling that shot. Good news is he didn't leave a split, easy spare.
Takes care of the 6-10.